Hey, this is Alpna. Welcome back to my channel Code Mind. And from today onwards, I am going to start the Python series. So I will teach you Python from the basics so that you can grab a concept on Python and you can code it very easily. So without wasting time, let's begin. So we can download the Python from the Google. You can write it python.org. From there you can download the latest version of the Python, right? After downloading, you can install the Python by adding the environment variable of the Python. If you don't want to download the Python or install in your computer or a laptop, you can also have a online editor, that is the Python online editor you can have, or you can also have a online Python compiler, the same thing, editor or a compiler. So today I will give you, this is all about the basic intro, like how you can get the Python installed or downloaded in your laptop or a computer. So starting from the basic events, first of all I will tell you about the some basic things like control plus n is used to create a new page. Okay, if you want to open a new page, you can have a control plus n. So this is basically used to open a new page. Okay, if you want to open a new page, you can have a shortcut key, that is control plus n. And if you want to save the file, means whatever the program you have written, if you want to save, you have to press the control plus s, that is for to save your program, right? So now I am going to give you some basic, like if you have already read the C or a C++, so like that you know how to take the input, how to print the input. So I will tell you that only, means what are the key concepts what we use in the Python. So we use the print keyword to print the output on a console screen. For example, I am printing the Alpna. So this will give you the output Alpna on the console screen. Okay. So one also basic concept, if you see a star mark, okay, so that means that your program is not saved. If you see a star mark on your file or on your page, that means that your program is not saved. So program is not saved, right? So for execution, we have to use a function button plus F5 or a run module sometimes. So we have to execute a program. We have already seen how to save a program. If you haven't saved the program, your program will contain the star mark. So to execute your program, you have to press a button, that is the function button, plus F5, okay, or run module as well. Okay, and this is used for printing. So print bracket, I had written the Alpna in the double quotes, so this will print the output on a console screen. This is a keyword to print the data on the output screen. Okay, now if we want to take the input, how can we take the input? So there is an input function in the Python, that is called, like for example, I am taking name is equals to input. So this input, if you are writing the simply input, it will take the string. Okay, so here if I will write name is equals to input, so a console will be open, and in that console you can write your, like any string you can write. Instead of that one, we can also have like, or name is equals to input of, in this bracket we can give some string as well, like I want my user to see that enter your name. By writing this one, it is clear that here you need to enter your name. Fine. So in this way we take the input function, and this is the output function, means to print the data. So this is the basic concepts. Okay, next concept will be So input function is to read the data from the keyword, and the print function is used to display the data on the output screen. Okay. So clear about the input function and the print function, right? Input function and the print function. Okay. So one more thing is that print is used to display both dynamic as well as static content. So print is used to display both static and dynamic content. Right. So now we will go to a variable. Like today I am teaching you very basic, so might be you will not get anything, but in the coming sessions definitely you will get everything cleared, because in the coming session we will practice with the programs, so that you can get a full confidence on your programming. So here the print is used to display both static and dynamic content. In the coming session you can know what is the static content and what is the dynamic content. Fine. Now we come to a variable. What is variable? Right. So in the previous thing you have seen that name is equals to input of. Here input function is used to take the input, right? So here the name is acting as a variable which stores your value, right? So here name is the variable, where name is equals to input of. Okay. So it is a string variable. Here the name is a string variable, right? This name is a string variable. Okay. So if you want to check the type of this name, so Python has also a keyword called a type keyword, which is used to check the type of a variable. So I want to check the type of this name variable, right? So I will type this one, and what will be the output of this one will be the output will come like class str. Okay. This represent that the name is a variable of which type, which is of a string type. Means Python does not have a Python does not, means like in C or C++, whoever knows, in that we define that int of a, means like we already defined that a variable can contain only the integer value, but in Python we don't do like that. Here at the time of declaration only, like at the time of assigning initialization, we define that name contain a value that is of the string type, right? So type of name equals to class str, right? So there are 4 basic data types in Python. There are 4 basic data types. There are 4 basic data types in the Python. So before going to that 4 basic data type, one time again I want to clear the concept of a variable. Python is defined like, in Python whenever we declare that this is a variable, at the time of initialization only we can tell that this variable is of which type. Like here if I had given here a string, means like input, then we have defined that this name is of a string variable. Instead of that, if I had given a is equals to int of input of, so here we are defining that integer type, means like we are taking the input of the integers type, so this variable will be called as a integer variable. Okay, this variable is called a integer variable. So like little clumsy I did it here, I know, but that's why I am repeating it again. Here the name is of a string variable because we are giving here the input as a string, that's why. And when we check the type of this name variable, then we got the class as a string. But if you check that a is equals to int of input of, int means integer. Now we are passing here output input as a integer like a 2, 4, 6, anything. So when we will check the type of this variable a, then you can get a class of integer type, int type, okay, or you can get it like an integer whole, okay. So this is all about the variable. Now there are 4 basic data types in Python. So what are the 4 basic data types in Python? So those are integer, float, string and a boolean, okay. These are the 4 basic data types. So let's begin with how these work. Fine. So this is the symbol of that we are inside the Python, right? So here I had written a variable a which I initialized with the true. Note that in Python the true T must be in a capital letter, okay. So when we had checked this, the type of this a variable, what should it come? Type of a, of course that should come to be the boolean class. So what its type? The class will be your bool, okay. Bool means it is a boolean class, right? If I had given the a is equals to 10, the same a is equals to 10 means I had initialized the variable a with an integer, and when we check the type of the a, then it will come to a class of the integer, okay, class of integer, right? So basic keyword is that if we write a type is a keyword, okay. So type is a keyword and we had written the variable name inside this one, this will give you the data type of the variable, give data type of the variable, right? This will give the data type of variable. So definitely there will be some rules to write the names of the variable. So what are the rules to write the variable name? So there is some rules, right? So what are the rules? The first rule is that it can be of any small letter from A to Z. It can have a big letter from A to Z. It contains the 0 to 9. It can contain any 0 to 9 and any other special, and only one special character, that is underscore, okay. Only one special character. That is your underscore. So the variable in Python the variable can contain a small letter A to Z, capital letter A to Z and 0 to 9 digit, and only one special character, that is underscore. And one more point to be noted, that the first character should not be a digit. So first character should not be a digit, right? Should not be a digit, that is 0 to 9. It cannot contain the first character as a digit. For example, I can give you, okay, the examples of the rules is that like first name, first underscore and name. So it contains all the small letters underscore and name. So this is a right variable name. We can have this one as a right, okay. If I had written like 1 and name, is it correct? One name, sorry, here we have to put in a double quotes or single quotes. So here one name, I had given the one name as a Alpna, okay. So this is a variable name. So can the variable name start with the digit? No. So it is not a right variable name. if I had written it like a capital FIRST underscore name. So yes, this is also right one. Why it is right one? Because the first character of the variable name can contain the small letter a to z, capital letter a to z, as well as the underscore you can write it, but you cannot have a digit, that is 0 to 9. You cannot have the first character as a digit 0 to 9. Okay, that's not right. Fine. That's about the rules to write the variable. Okay, so I will give you some examples based on what we have studied today. So like a is equals to input of, we are taking one string in the variable a, and then we are taking the another string variable in the b. So a and b are the variable of the string type, because if we had written input only, which means that we are taking the string only, and now we are printing the print a plus b. What does this mean? Okay, so if you have taken, if you are giving the output like in output console screen, if you have given it like Alpana, so Alpana will be stored in the first variable, that is a. Then I am giving the Sri, which is stored in the variable b, and we are printing the sum of a plus b, right? So what does this sum of a plus b? So here we are taking the a Alpana as one string which is stored in a, Sri as another string which is stored in b, and we are printing that one. So our output will be your Alpana Sri, right? Now the next concept in this only, if instead of like in the same question, okay, in the same problem, if we have given the output in this format 10, so which means that 10 is a string, here 10 is considered, here the 10 is an integer, but here the 10 is considered as an string, because here we are taking the input, and input takes only the string. So now this 10 as a string is stored in a, and 20 I am taking, then 20 as an string stored in b, and when we are printing the a plus b, it doesn't mean that it will sum up, because these two are in the form of the string like this one. So our output will be your 10 and 20, right? Hope you got my point. So to clear this one, one more example I will give you, like a is equals to int of input of, right? So here int will represent that a can take the integer value, not the string value. Okay, means input here represent that it is taking a string value, and int represent that it is converting that string value into an integer value. In the same way I can take the float value as well. So input of this one, right? So here we are taking the string value and it is converting into a float value and then storing into a variable b. So now I am printing the a comma b comma a plus b. So what will be the output of this one, right? So output of this one will be your, so I am storing I am storing 10 in a. Okay, what is this 10 now? Now this 10 is an integer, not this string value. This is an integer value. Now the second one is 20 we are giving. So what does this 20? It should be in a float value. Now it is storing it to a 20.0 like this. In a float value it is storing in a b format. Okay. So what will be our output? Is the 10, 20.0 and 10 plus 20 equals to 30.0. That will be our output. Why we are getting the summation here? Because one is in the integer and the one is the float. When we add both of that one, it will be converted to a float one. Okay. So this is what this is very basic to understand the Python concepts. Okay. So for now I will stop it here, and from tomorrow I'm going to start the operators. There are different types of operators which are very important in Python. So from tomorrow we will start operators. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please do like, share with your friends and comment, and subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed till now, and press the bell icon to all so that you can get the latest notification as soon as I post the video. Thank you.